My name is Olivier Oullier. I'm the president of EMOTIV, the global leader in portable brain technologies and a professor of behavior and brain sciences. My passion has always been to bring behavioral and brain sciences into our real lives, to leverage the incredible insights that we learn from neuroscience, psychology, cognitive sciences, and technology in order to improve our lives. And if there is one place where our lives can be improved, is at work. What is really interesting is two of the key issues that we're facing in the workplace are related to how our brains work: stress and distraction. Stress is something terrible. It can lead to absenteeism. It can lead people to anxiety, depression, and sometimes a lot worse. Distraction is also one of the key issues nowadays. It can lead to accidents, safety issues. Of course, both affect productivity and revenue, but more importantly, they affect the lives of people. And one of the key reasons we're experiencing stress and distraction in the workplace is because there is a fundamental problem in the way we design our offices. We're expected by organizations we work for to have our brains adapt to the constraints of a workplace. But honestly, it should be the other way around. It should be the workplace adapting to the way our brains work, function, to what we experience. We should have personalized working environments. Similarly, that no employer would provide safety outfits in a factory that are similar to a person who measures 1.7 meters or 2 meters. If you got 2 long trousers, 2 big shoes, a big helmet, you wouldn't be able to work properly. It's exactly the same with a work environment. How come, for most employees, it's a one-size-fits-all experience? As if it weren't bad enough, the way we're perceived by most organizations is through the results of a battery of tests that we undergo during our recruitment process. Cognitive tests, personality tests. At best, they measure what we feel, what we are at a given point in time. But what happens after a year, 2 years working in an organization? We learn things, we evolve, we improve. We're no longer the same person. And for that matter, we change from one month to another, sometimes from one day to another. And we need to have work environments, interfaces, softwares that can measure, understand how our brains work in order to provide us with environments, working environments that are tailor-made. But in order to record people's brains, most of our research, until very recently, happened in medical and scientific facilities, very disconnected from the real world. We need real-world evidence. We need to be able to monitor brain activity in real life in order to create conditions, solutions that customize and personalize our working experience. This is what our company, EMOTIV, has been doing for almost a decade. Creating portable brain scanners that wirelessly communicate with computers, cell phones, in order to monitor brain activity virtually everywhere. This allows not only to record brain activity, but to make sense of it, to provide information about how the brain works, to provide information about how multiple brains work. If we can collect data on thousands and thousands of people. So far, more than 90,000 people in 120 countries own one of our brain scanners. And they share their data with us. You know why? First, because we comply to GDPR globally, and second, because EMOTIV does not sell the data. We use this data in order to develop algorithms, thanks to machine learning, that can monitor in real time affective and cognitive functions. For example, stress and attention. With one of our partners, SAP, we've used the online monitoring of attention, distraction, in order to give some feedback to people, because we're not equal when it comes to focusing. Some people can focus very, very deeply for 45 minutes, others for 2 hours. But if you force someone in a one-size-fits-all environment to stay in front of their computers after 45 minutes, if they can no longer focus, this is creating a very, very difficult environment for the person, and nothing's happening. The interface can provide information as to people taking a break or providing intelligent assistance to them. But we've been facing a real issue. As great as our technology was, affordable, scalable, scientifically validated by more than 4,000 scientific publications, this technology, well designed, I'm very biased, we can all admit that it's pretty difficult to walk around during the entire day wearing it and looking like we come out of a science fiction movie. We had to find a way to seamlessly integrate in people's daily activities at work, to find a form factor that would not disrupt the way people work. And this is what I'm going to show you now. Our new brain scanner. Because we've been able to monitor brain activity with 32 electrodes, 14 electrodes, 5 electrodes, we narrowed it down to 2 electrodes that are embedded in this technology, earbuds that can allow you to take calls, to listen to music, communicate through video conferences, but also to monitor your brain and to be able to have real-time measures of stress and attention. I'm going to wear it now. And to show you what we can do with it. This technology has only been possible because for almost 10 years we've collected data with so many other brain scanners. Now let's have a look at my brain waves. Here you can see that the contact quality between the headset and my brain is fine. We can look at how my brain is reacting, how the electrodes are picking up the electric signal of my brain in real time. But it doesn't mean a lot for most of us. What we can look at are various frequency bands that indicates us some levels of functioning of my brain. And more importantly, I can tell you that if we look at how my brain works at the moment and what we can measure, I'm a little bit stressed to be speaking in front of you all. But we can make sense, thanks to machine learning, we can make sense of brain data. So now, in order to conclude, let me share with you one thing. We work with organizations around the world, applying science. But all the organizations working with us have to accept that our technology is used anonymously, that human resources are handling the data, not us, that our technology can only be used in order to remove time of work of people, in order to improve their working conditions. So, if you still think this is science fiction, Let me conclude with a little video of how we apply this to personalize the working experience, the learning experience with one of our partners.
Learning plays an important part in each and everyone's working life. We all prefer different ways of learning. Some of us prefer reading, some learn better from video, and our own circumstances mean we face challenges on when and where we can learn. So what if we could understand your emotional and cognitive state while you're learning? EMOTIV and SAP are working to make it a reality and adapt your experience in real time. We can detect precisely when you've lost focus, when you are stressed, and what type of learning support you need in that specific moment by understanding the learning material that works best for you and by understanding your environment to provide an experience that continuously adapts to meet your emotional and cognitive state. Combining the best-in-class learning platform from SAP and cutting-edge neurotechnology from EMOTIV, we are shaping a vision to revolutionize workplace learning. Join us in shaping the future of learning.
There is no health without brain health. There is no wellness without brain wellness. We've worked with the World Economic Forum, the OECD, the National Academy of Medicine to make sure that what we do is legal, ethical, and to improve people's life. So please, board members, executives, productivity and revenue matters. I'm the president of a company, I know about it. But if you have your heart in the right place and you listen to your brain, you'll make people feel well, and everything, I can tell you, everything will be better. We need to improve people's wellness and lives. Thank you very much.